How's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 2. Today we are back with another multiplayer battle, this one just being a normal 2 vs 2, no custom battles, no mods, just a kind of fun, exciting battle which hopefully you guys will enjoy. But don't worry, I did read your cry for help earlier this week when I put out a poll asking you guys basically just what you wanted to see on the channel, and I think the one with 28% was more Warhammer 2 custom battles, so I'm definitely going to be trying to get the gang together a lot more and doing more Warhammer 2 custom battles, at least maybe once a week. I'll have one up on the channel, so do keep an eye out for that. And if you are looking forward to that and are enjoying more Warhammer, be sure to drop that like and comment down below. It honestly does really help out the channel, so thank you in advance. So in today's battle we have the Lizardmen and the Empire coming together, going up against Chaos and the Greenskins. On the front lines for the Lizardmen, I'm going to call these guys the Yellows just because it's kind of easier to group them rather than saying their names both time. On the side of the Yellows we have a line of Saurus Spears and Saurus Warriors with shields, a pretty sturdy front line which won't output a ton of damage but will basically just stay alive being super tanky. Behind that we have a Bastillodon Revitalization Crystal, again kind of filling into that theme of just keeping the Lizardmen alive and making them hold whilst the Empire does the damage. We also have a Feral Stegodon and also a Bastillodon Solar Engine, which will be great at picking away maybe a Chaos Lord on his mount or whatever other large units he wants to fight. We also have a Carnosaur, some Empire Swords back here with some Handgunners, Temple Guard. We even have some normal Swordsmen back here, a Hellstorm Rocket Battery, a Empire Jade Wizard, a Steam Tank, and then finally a Hellblaster Volley Cannon and a Spearman unit. So a pretty nice standard force right here, lots of range on the Empire side with a heavy sturdy front line for the Lizardmen. Then if we take a look over on the other side, we have the forces of Chaos, the red team. On their front line they have some Chaos Warriors which are going to be doing pretty decent. Chaos is probably one of the most expensive but highest quality factions in the game, proving some pretty sturdy warriors, that's for sure. So we have some Chaos Warriors, then we have Orc Boys as well, going to be making the rest of the front line. Then over on this right hand side we have some Black Orcs and also some Orc Biggins. So it looks like the Orcs are going to try and use their elite forces to shift round the flank and put some pressure on the enemy. We also have 2 units of Doom Diver Catapults, which are going to be interesting to see if these guys can stay alive. Considering that the Empire didn't bring like any cavalry, they probably will, and they'll be able to output a ton of damage. We also then have some Chaos Warriors of Halberds supported by some Orc Boar Biggins, then a Chaos Lord on a Chaos Dragon. We have a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth and also a Chaos Sorcerer of Metal, and finally some Chaos Chosen. So I think the battle is going to kick off with a nice little artillery barrage from either side. The Hellblaster and also the Hellstorm Rocket Battery are going to be opening up first. You can see the Hellstorm Rocket Battery going, and then the Hellblaster Volley gone as well. Just opening up on this Chaos Warrior unit. Not a bad idea to try and take this one out. We also have the Solar Engine from the Bastillodon back there, just missing unfortunately. The red side's going to retaliate with their Doom Diver Catapults. Does it look like they're going to be going for the artillery pieces first, or is it... Yep, it does look like they're going to be going with oh, this is actually the Sunmaker as well, so no wonder. Really nice move here by the forces of Chaos, throwing over this Chaos Dragon. There's not really a lot to stop it right now, so it's going to be doing plenty of damage. I mean, we do have the Spearmen trying to do it, but they're not going to be doing much damage. Colfran, or Boris Topringer even, is going to be making his way up and trying to attack. Who's actually the Lord, as we go on slow-mo really quickly? Who's the Lord for Saurus Oldblood? Okay, cool, I was curious to know, as we know that we have Wazag and also just a normal Chaos Lord on the other side. So, this is looking pretty good, honestly, for Chaos and the rest of the Greenskins. They're bringing around the rest of their forces in, but they've got such a nice outflank right now. And even if, like, I feel like the main plan for the Lizardmen was just for this front line to hold and just stay sturdy whilst the artillery picked away at their back lines. But it does very much look like that the enemy side, the red side, is doing a great job at just throwing these units right around the back. Here we go, here we go, here we go. As, oh no, sorry, this is, whoa, has been popped now on the Greenskins, giving them a huge buff. Wazog is right there in the battle lines. Unfortunately not on foot, so he's not dancing, but we can see both sides just hammering away. And there we have it, the Greenskins and also the Chaos just pushing around these flanks. We can see that the Empire are trying to send troops over here to stop this, but is going to be difficult. If they can avoid the spearmen, they're going to be doing some real nice damage against the front lines. And if we go back to the front lines, we can see that a lot of magic is being popped off. Some of the greenskins are actually going to be routing as the fight is just fully popping off. Hopefully Ozark will be able to keep the greenskins in combat, and I imagine over on this side is where they're doing the most damage with these orc big guns with the huge armor piercing axes. That's where they're really going to be doing the damage. And I imagine we also do have the Saurus Old Blood up here leading the Temple Guard. So they've gone ahead and like gone toe for toe basically right here. Temple Guard on one side, Black Orcs on the other. And also this Bastillodon, or Feral Stegodon, sorry, is just running down the battle line, getting some nice damage. Yeah, the Saurus Old Blood is roaming around. Does look like the Chaos Lord is actually going to go down. He tried to duke out Boris Todbringer, and I think these gunners also played a huge part in this battle, as we do see the Doomed Diver catapults just focusing down the Silver Bullet Regiment of Renown. Over on this side, it does look like the Chaos Lords are just going to chop through the Empire swords, unfortunately. And it does also seem like the steam tank is about to go down as well. The Carnosaur's duking it out with the Dragon Ogre. And I mean, if I was a Dragon Ogre, I'd probably just look to finish off the steam tank really quickly and then focus all my attention on the Carnosaur. But it does look like he's going to try and spread some damage, which I guess isn't the worst idea in the world. But I mean, this thing is just outputting a lot of damage right now, and I would look just to simply kill it and have done. Again, the Empire Swordsmen don't stand a chance against these humongous Chaos Warriors who are just cutting these Spearmen apart, or the Halberdiers. No, they're Spearmen. They just don't have shields. They have kind of more of a pike variant of the spear. God damn, the Chaos Warriors are scary. More reinforcements in the front line as another unit of Chaos Warriors do turn up. Where are the Chosen? The Chosen are right here. So these Chosen are kind of here to deal with the general units and the dinosaurs from the lizard men. Is this the Saurus Old Blood? Yeah, the Saurus Old Blood is right here, and he's actually fighting against the Chaos Chosen, which is a little bit scary, honestly. If these guys bring round, which they're doing right now, they're going to melt him fairly quickly. One of the things which is also really, really good in this battle is that these Doomed Diver catapults can just shoot, whereas the Empire artillery has kind of been dealt with already. So the Greenskins have that advantage right now, especially with engagements like this. If this is left undefended, even a weakly unit like this would probably be able to overwhelm the forces of the Empire. Maybe not, but they'll be doing pretty good. Oh, and it does look like the Dragon Ogre has been taken down and the steam tank is left alive. That is actually really, really big. Because it looks like this thing is also getting HP back, probably from some sort of spell. Boris Todbringer is moving around the battlefield, and we have the Temple Guard looking to take on the Chaos Warriors with halberds. So they're going to be pushing into the back of that unit as the halberds do go towards the solar engine. A few of these guys are going to be getting taken out. Oh, a solar engine flying in just to hold them in place. We also have a vortex spell as well, ripping through the spearmen. Not that they really need it, I don't think. The spearmen are just going to die so quickly. What the hell was that? Was that... Oh, a foot of Gork as well, to try and clean these guys out. Oh my god, look at the damage as well on that unit. Boris did manage to actually rout the Chaos Warriors, but that foot of Gork did a lot of damage. Foots of Gork can be so goddamn deadly if used in the right way. So we're going to get this Bastillodon Revitalization Crystal being taken down, which is good. And it looks like the Greenskins actually have the advantage right now, the red team. They outnumber them very, very heavily. However, something that you should always remember in Warhammer is numbers do not mean victories. I think the fact that the Empire still have their steam tank left remaining, they have a Carnosaur, Boris Todbringer is really, really healthy. This could actually mean that, you know, even though they are outnumbered, they still have a very good chance of winning, especially if they can segregate the enemy forces. And it also does look like they have managed to win over on that far side. The Greenskins have claimed victory over here with their more elite soldiers. However, on the other side, you know, they're looking very, very healthy. As more Black Orcs come flying into the fray. God damn, the Black Orcs are super scary. We also have a large portion of Orc boys over here. With Boris could do a lot of damage, and he just rips through the enemy formation there. That was absolutely awesome. Boris is a very, very good melee expert. And he can duel some of the strongest champions in the game, or at least, you know, go toe-to-toe with them, or at least for a little bit. And up against Orc Boys, he's going to have no trouble whatsoever. Indeed. You can actually see the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth right there. As the Empire flee from the advancing Chaos Forces. Does look like Boris is going to be getting attacked even more heavily now, with the Halberdiers from Chaos looking to support this. We then also have some Orc Boys making their way over to the fight. God damn, what do the Empire have left? They have their generals left remaining in Boris. They have a steam tank. What else? And they also have this Bastillodon or Stegodon even? No, this Bastillodon solar engine. And also the Carnosaur as well. Yeah, they really don't have a lot. They have 80 soldiers left, so they also have some infantry somewhere. I don't really know where their infantry is. Maybe it's that routing spear unit we just looked through. But this battle goes on for another 7 more minutes. Oh, and Boris is looking to take out Wozog with a feral sweep down. One swipe and he is down, hitting him off his boar. At least his boar survives. Oh no, Boris wants to kill it down. Now it'd be a really smart idea for Boris to take flight once again and actually go after these Doomed Diver catapults. Taking these guys out would be pretty huge, as the rest of the infantry tries to swarm what remains of the Carnosaurs, Bastillodons. Solar Engine still getting a few shots off on the cavalry. It looks like they're kind of choosing to lead the Doomed Diver catapults up. And that's not a bad idea, honestly. Consolidating all the forces is a smart idea, so you can kind of act as one huge shock force. Oh, it's a Bastillodon crystal comes flying through. And also, the Doomed Diver catapults don't really do a lot of damage to individual units, so that's not something they really have to worry about. And it's going to be down to Boris in this battle, I think, of just going as hard as he can against the enemy. Because if he doesn't get a lot of kills, I think the battle is definitely over. I mean, the Chaos still have 700 soldiers left, and for Chaos, that's quite a lot. Granted, I imagine a decent amount of that is made up of the greenskins, which are very, very vulnerable to routing. The fact that they have lost Wozog and obviously their general, that's pretty huge. We also have the Jade Wizard as well getting hit down. I mean, honestly, the Feral Carnosaur needs to get himself stuck into this battle. The siege tank is shooting away its cannons, but I think it'd be more useful in melee. If the morale on all of these units are really low. I mean, just look at this. How do the Empire come back from this? It just does not look good for them. But I mean, there's still 5 minutes left, so it suggests that they do hold firm for at least, you know, another 5 minutes. Again, I don't know how this battle does go. More of the steam going off. And I think it's going to be definitely about this shock value for them. And just picking away straggling units. I don't think the Orc units which are left are that good. I think there's like 1 unit of Black Orcs. But if they can rout the Orcs and then just deal with the Chaos Halberds, who knows where this battle will go. But also they only do have so much HP, and as you can see, the Carnosaur starting to drop down. The Bastillodon flying in, trying to raise morale. The tank is getting some good shots off and actually routing a few of the enemy units. It still has a fair amount of ammunition left, so it can definitely act for a little bit longer before it has to go into melee and start losing HP. We even have this Jade Wizard as well looking to go in. Oh, is that all of the? No, we still have Vesaurus Old Blood back here. I think he's hiding, trying to regain as much morale as physically possible before going in. You know, if he stays alive, everyone else will be more likely to stick around. Boris goes in for another horrific charge. I mean, I just don't understand how this battle goes on for another 4 minutes, considering there is only this left on the battlefield. Let's speed it up and see. Is it just going to be a massive charge? I mean, if we take a look at what's left on the field, it's a lot of Orc boys. Like, the only real quality is these Chaos Warriors and these couple units of Black Orcs back here. Besides that, though, there's not a lot. I mean, here is the last stand of the Colfrans and also the Saurus Old Blood and the Steam Tank. Does look like they're going in here to try and rout them. The unit is exhausted as well, which can't help the morale. Boris going in for a hit and run whilst the losing men hold the ground line. And a lot of units are starting to rout all of a sudden. Chaos is completely gone. Losing their generals has been huge. If they would have kept their generals alive, I feel like this battle would have been already, done for. But the fact that they both lost their generals means there's not a lot of like kind of leadership left in these forces. And Boris is just going ham. How many kills is he on right now? Let's have a look. Only 89, but I feel like he is really doing strong. And obviously Viserys Blood as well, keeping the army still left here and just kind of tanking hits. I mean, even this revitalized, even this solar engine is still alive as well, which is pretty crazy. Boris, as you can see, is just incurring fear onto the greenskins, and I don't know, more and more units are starting to rout. As we can see, and this balance power has actually shifted back into even. If we speed it up a little bit more as well, we can actually see that with that cannon shooting, the last of the chaos is routing, and balance power has now shifted in favor of the Empire and the Lizardmen somehow. I mean, their units are going to be coming back. That's one of the good things about the greenskins, is their men tend to recover fairly nicely, but there's just not enough quality left in this army. They honestly need some archers, or maybe some, just some sturdy units to actually, hit away at Boris. Because Boris can keep on popping all of his abilities, he can keep on flying away, and then using that kind of dissension hit impact to really do a lot of damage. And then even then, the steam tank still gives them the range advantage as well. Even the Doomed Over catapults have been overrun right now, and them pesky goblins have decided to get out of there. I mean, it's either that or just descend into someone. And it does look like that. The greenskins are going to go in for one last famous charge, trying to overwhelm the forces. But yeah, with Boris coming down, the morale just isn't there. We can see that all of their morale just dips below. Boris is going to go hammer and anvil, and this is only possible because these two units are still alive. And I feel like if the Dragon Ogre managed to kill the siege tank, they would have also won this battle, because the siege tank, going is just such a tanky unit that is allowed the Empire to keep Boris in that aerial presence, just descending upon pockets of resistance he comes across. So if that siege tank would have gone down, I think that would have been it for the Empire and the Lizardmen as well. So it's a really, really cool battle, a nice small one. I don't tend to do many of these online Warhammer battles, but it was kind of a nice change of pace, and I will be sure to try and get you guys a juicy custom map battle very, very soon. I believe Steel Faith Overhaul as well has just updated, so maybe I'll be using that map mode. And I think I'll do it like I did last time, by just, like I used to do, by just spectating the battles whilst they're being played live, because that way I can avoid any desyncs from happening. But yes, if we take a look at the battle itself, we can see that Hairy Hobbit managed to get a lot of kills on Boris. He got 100. That's almost as much as the siege tank. I'm telling you guys, the siege tank was the key to that battle, and that not being taken out. On the Lizardmen's side, again, the Old Blood and also the Reptiles doing pretty good, or the Bastillodon and Stegodon, I don't know why I call them reptiles. They're all cold-blooded. Then if we take a look over on the Greenskin side, we can see that was getting 80 kills. I think a lot of that was on the Foot of Gork, and then Doomed Over catapults being so cost-effective. Then finally, the Forces of Chaos, we can see. I mean, the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth probably did a lot more than it shows, because he obviously, did a lot of HP damage to the Carnosaur and the Steam Tank. And then finally, this Chosen paying for itself quite handsomely. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.